guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl, Coach Jaleisha Jones, and welcome to Fix Your Crown Sis. And yes, I am a self-love coach, and I help you transform your mindset from negative to positive thinking by challenging your limited beliefs so that you can manifest the life that you desire. Because we are all worthy. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you are aware when I post new videos. This is going to be a little bit something different that I'm creating with you guys. I want to show you guys books that have absolutely transformed my life, that started me on my spiritual path, started me on my self-love journey, and actually help with reprogramming my subconscious mind. And I want to give you guys a review of the books, let you know why I chose the books, and hopefully it will help you decide to pick up the book as well, or maybe listen to it on Audible. So the first book we're going to talk about is Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. Y'all, this book transformed my absolute life. Like, it truly was the first book I picked up that actually was an aha moment for me. It was everything I needed and more, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about it. It will be a quick video, I promise. So let's just dive right into it. So Eckhart Tolle, if you do not know, he is a spiritual teacher. He has been around for a long time. He has another book, The Power of Now, I believe, and that book is a bestseller as well. But this book really dives into what happens when you go through like your dark night of the soul, and you go through your spiritual awakening, and you start questioning yourself, and you start really learning about who we are, why we act the way we act, why we do the things that we do, and how to intentionally live consciously. And so it's absolutely amazing. But what I will say is that I picked up this book several years ago when I started my spiritual journey. I had the book for like 5 years. My mother's boyfriend at the time gifted me the book. It sat on my bookshelf for many years. I was like, I don't want to read that. I don't care about reading no Eckhart Tolle, like, no. But about in 2019, I would say, or heading to 2019, in 2018, I was very down. I was questioning my existence. I was at the tail end of my Saturn return. And if you don't know what that is, it's something to do with astrology. But I was going through who am I? What am I? I was turning 30, and I questioned my whole existence, and I wasn't happy with myself because I was like, I thought I would be somewhere different at this point. And so I just started questioning things I wanted to know more. I wanted to know what this life was all about, and if so, why am I still here? And one day I decided to pick up this book. I just felt like picking it up, and I began reading it. And what was surprising was that everything that he was speaking about in the book was actually my truth. It was actually what I was experiencing, and me doubting myself, questioning my existence, wanting to leave my job, not feeling that I was aligned to who I truly was, not feeling that I was being authentic, not feeling that I was truly honoring who I am and all that I am, and that I just felt that I was just coexisting. And so this book really enlightened me. I don't want to speak too much about it because I feel that unless you are ready to dive into something like this, you won't get it. And I will speak that from love, because it's a heavy book, y'all. When I say heavy, because it's, unless you're there spiritually where you are ready to do something different with your life, that you are ready to understand why you feel the way you feel, why you are not really happy within, this book won't do anything for you. You have to actually be ready to dive deep into that, to really start to understand it. When you are ready, or when you feel consciously led through the book, that's when it's time to pick it up. It's time to open it up. It's time to dive deeper. But it is definitely an awakening within itself. But one of the things I really learned from the book, like one of the main things, was that the ego was much more than what I ever thought it was. I thought the ego was, hey, I'm fine, I'm this, I'm the bomb. that's you being conceited, kind of, sort of. But that necessarily isn't the ego. The ego is anything that we form an attachment to. Anything that we form an attachment to. And so that can be just our identification as far as our titles. You know, I'm a doctor this, I'm a boss this, I have this many degrees, I have this many certifications, I'm so established here, I've done this. That's an attachment. We formed an attachment. That's our ego. Or you formed an attachment, and I'm using this as myself as an example. I formed an attachment to my weight, to how I'm perceived, to how I look, my body issues, me wanting to be really, really small. me wanting to lose a whole bunch of weight. That's an attachment. That's an ego attachment. Or, you know, I have to have this ideal marriage, or I have to have this ideal partner, or I have to be married. I have to have a relationship. I have to have, you know, this certain amount of job, or make this certain amount of money, or my car, or my, you know, my house, or my, like, my profession. Like, that's all an attachment. And that opened my eyes, because that made me believe that, you know, a lot of us think we search for outside things to validate us. We search for materialistic things. We search for all these different things to fill us, not realizing that it is actually absolutely not filling anything. It's just putting like a band-aid over a wound. And what we find is that we are never feeling enough. We never feel enough. I could lose 100 pounds, and if I haven't really honored who I am, or honored or loved myself fully, I'm never gonna feel satisfied. I can be a rap artist and have all the gold chains and all the money in the world, but still have so much trauma and pain, and keep searching for something to validate that, and I'll never be enough. So what we find is that we form attachments to these certain ideas, and then we have pain bodies, which is our traumas, our pain, is things that we've been through that have developed this pain body within us, that we need these attachments. We need these ego things, these attachments for our ego to help fill the pain body. This is all in the book, y'all. That's what I'm saying. You have to read the book. This is all in the book. But that opened my mind, because it was like, oh my God, I really don't need all these things. I really want these things because I've been traumatized, because I've been in pain, because I was bullied as a child, and so now I want to be a certain weight, because I think that's what makes me feel loved or valued. And really, that's not who I am at my core. Who I am at my core is love. Who I am at my core is complete. Who I am at my core is enough. But a lot of times we are searching for all these different things to identify us. And so that was a mind shifter for me when I learned about pain bodies, and when I also learned about the ego and what the ego actually is. Because we are all living in ego, and even as me being spiritually conscious, I still deal with ego things, because I still have pain bodies I need to deal with and address. But what I found also is that when you read the book, you start wanting to dive deeper into, what am I here for? What is my actual purpose? And how do I honor myself, honor my conscious, honor my spirit, my inner guide, my higher self? How do I get aligned to that, so that I'm no longer searching for things out of forming an attachment to the ego, or I'm not reacting out of my pain body, but now I'm aware of that this isn't the pain body, and the ego isn't actually me. It's an attachment. And then who I am at my core is something different. So it might be a little confusing if you haven't read the book, but I suggest that you read the book, because it's absolutely an open minder. It changes your whole perspective. And also listen to his teachings, because he's completely conscious and completely aware and just completely present. And when you get to that level, and we all can get to that level, when you get to that level, what you find is that the other stuff, the things that we think really matter, doesn't. It just doesn't. So A New Earth, y'all, I recommend it completely. It is a life changer. You may quit your job after reading this book. You may leave your marriage after reading this book. You may decide that I'm gonna be completely myself, and I'm gonna come out as gay. I'm gonna come out as trans. I'm going to completely live my life. I'm going to find my purpose. I'm going to align to what makes me happy. I'm going to live consciously, deliberately, and intentionally. That's what this book provides. It provides for you to align to where you truly want to be, and align to what makes you actually feel at peace and happiness. And that's what we all aspire to. So please check it out. If you have read the book already, please leave your experience, or let me know what that book did for you in the comments below. I will have a book for you guys every week, every month. We'll talk about it, you know, so we'll talk about it. But I have a book for you guys that has changed my life and shaped my life, and hopefully you'll pick it up and want to read it too. Hope you have a great day. Bye.